Kwasa and Guahan. We just finished a workout, and I needed to get this video to Ashley to share what a reason to stand means to me and to our family. We've been very blessed to cross paths with a reason to stand. I'm a military widow, and I was 8 months pregnant with this little man when his father and 5 other crewmen died in a B-52 aircraft accident. And we were stationed in Guam at the time, and the death was very public. And we had to deal with 5 different interments. And being a brand new mother, I literally never really had the opportunity to embrace my grief, because I had to make sure I took care of myself so that I could make sure that he came out. And came out, of course, for him to come out, but to come out healthy and strong. And so it was these past couple years that it has really allowed me to embrace my grief, and crossing paths with the reason to stand has really allowed me to meet other survivors, not just military survivors, but people who've gone through traumatic experiences where their incidences and circumstances were very public, and allow me to draw strength from them and listen to them and hear them, and to truly just embrace the grief and realize that it's a strength. It's okay to acknowledge the pain and the hurt, but to draw strength, to be able to share that story, and to let other people know that you're not alone. So I just want to thank Ashley and Alesha for the opportunity to allow me to continually help with the Reason to Stand's mission, and pray that just like when the sun sets, the sun will rise again, and that we are all here connected and basically able to strengthen each other with the love and the stories and the strength that we're able to share. So God bless, and hopefully I get to talk to you guys, or to you, Ashley, soon. All right. Love you guys. Bye-bye.
Hello there. My name is Jeff Olsen, and I'm honored to be on the board of A Reason to Stand. This is an outstanding organization that not only recognizes but celebrates those who have overcome great obstacles in their life, great challenges to become stronger, wiser, better, kinder, and more grateful than ever before. Any of you that know my story, I know a little bit about overcoming. I am the best-selling author of Knowing, which is a personal memoir that outlines things that have happened in my life, including a horrific automobile accident, which took the life of my wife and youngest son. Losing half of the family was the most horrific pain that I'll ever be challenged with. And I also lost my left leg in that accident. The whole family was in the car, and my legs were crushed, my left leg was amputated, my back was damaged, my rib cage was damaged, my lungs were collapsed, my right arm was almost torn off, and the seat belt cut through me and ruptured all of my intestines, which physically was traumatic, but emotionally was nothing like having my wife and youngest son pass away. They were both killed instantly in the accident. My oldest son, who was only 7 at the time, survived. Now, I had profound things happen surrounding that accident. I suppose it took my life as well. I left my body, I peeked into the other realms, and I got a good taste of what's to come, but also much greater insights of what we're here for, what life is about. And it's not so much about the death experience, but the life experience. Death in many ways may give life meaning, and yet that's what's so beautiful about the organization and A Reason to Stand. I'm honored to be a part of it. I take a stand for love. That's my reason to stand, is love. Not only the love of the universe and the love of each other, but love of ourselves, and learning to really recognize our own greatness. And as we recognize our own, we certainly see the greatness in others in a far more profound way. Feel free to connect with me. You can look me up on social media. It's under my full name, Jeffery, Jeffery, middle initial C, Olsen, Olsen. That's on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. I also have a fan page on Facebook, which is Jeffrey Olsen, author, speaker. I'm honored and privileged to be part of this organization. Let's all have a reason to stand, and let's make it love. Thank you so much. It's good to see you.
Hi, my name is Allicia Johnson, and I am the surviving daughter of Lieutenant Junior Grade Burton Johnson III. He was killed by homicide in the U.S. Navy. That's how I introduce myself when I participate in events at Tragedy Assistance Program for Survivors, otherwise known as TAPS, T-A-P-S. It was that organization that actually helped me to realize just how important peer-based support is. And I had just actually gone through to some events and done some significant healing when I came across Ashley Burke-Boyson's story. I saw her story on Dateline, and see, you got to understand, I was 2 years old when my dad was murdered, and I spent my life in terror, thinking I was broken, just dealing with all these emotions. And when I was 35, I was diagnosed with PTSD. As I went through those experiences and realized just how much my dad's death impacted me, it took TAPS to help me to be able to really heal, to really realize that there was nothing wrong with me, that I was completely normal. Well, when I saw Ashley's story on Dateline and I saw how young her kids were, I was just like, oh my gosh, these poor kids, I know what they're dealing with. And oh my gosh, they don't have TAPS. And I wanted to reach out to Ashley. So I did. I was able to connect with her through a series, through a friend, and we had a conversation, and it was absolutely amazing to realize just how similar the things that we had gone through, even though our stories were different. That lit the fire even more for me to become a board member and to help her build her organization to help non-military survivors to be able to come to a place where they have peer-based support and understanding so they can heal. So I've been working with Ashley for about 4 years now, and I've loved watching A Reason to Stand grow. I've finished a book called Angel in Arlington. It's about the experiences that I had as I faced my biggest fears, including finding my dad's killer, confronting the U.S. Navy. You know, everybody has their own story, and that's one thing that I am passionate about doing, is helping other people realize theirs and to help them to gain the unlikely courage that they have to be able to face their fears and live a better life. I spent my life in so much trauma that I held myself back. I'm so happy to say that having that support, having those connections has helped me come to a place of peace and joy, and I'm able to really live my life. And so that's why I'm here, to help connect wonderful people with each other, to be there to give hugs when we're done with this COVID-19 thing, and just to be able to maybe be a voice for those little kids who can't really express what they're going through. It's amazing how wonderful it can be to really be able to connect with people who really get you. So I am going to be a part of A Reason to Stand for a long time to come, and I'm excited to serve you. Thank you so much.
Hi, my name is Alesha Penland, and I am one of the board members of A Reason to Stand. I've really enjoyed being on the board of this conference because it's given me the opportunity to connect with others that have been through hard situations in life and that may have experienced similar situations to the journey that I've been on. And it's made me realize that I am not alone, for sure. It was in February of 2014 that our 8-month-old son, Lincoln, sustained a head injury while at daycare. My husband called me one day while I was at work and just said that our son wouldn't wake up when he got there to pick up our boys from daycare. And so we rushed him to the hospital, and from there they found that he had a skull fracture and that he needed to be life-flighted to Primary Children's Hospital. So we spent the next several days at Primary Children's Hospital waiting for swelling to go down on his brain, and with each passing day, the news got worse and worse. And we had to make that final decision to take him off life support. And he passed away down at Primary Children's 9 days later after he got there. Since then, we've struggled. We've struggled greatly, and because of the investigation that was underway, we couldn't talk to our family and friends about anything. So my husband and I felt like isolated, and we weren't really able to talk to anyone other than the police and detectives and attorneys So really, we only had each other, and we found out very soon that we both grieve very differently, and so it was really hard. It wasn't until 3.5 years later, so it was in November of 2017, that we finally was able to go to trial, and the daycare provider was found guilty of first-degree child abuse homicide. Since then, our journey has still been rough, but I have since written a book. It's called Forever in Our Hearts, which has helped a lot with the healing. And through writing that, it's been very therapeutic, and you get to see into our journey of all the things that we went through that we weren't able to talk about. And I found that a really good out for me. It was very therapeutic, and like I said, it just talks about our journey that our family and friends weren't able to hear during this time. Our journey is one of finding faith and fortitude and forgiveness. You're welcome to follow my story. It is on Instagram. I have an Instagram account. It is Alesha Penland. That's on Instagram. And then I also, if you're interested, you can find the book on Amazon. It's called Forever in Our Hearts. Again, I'm so grateful for being able to connect with Ashley and find a friendship through this, a reason to stand. I know that it's helped a lot of people, and I know that it's helped me tremendously. And again, I just want to say thank you. Bye.